This is my church. Now, I know there's some new people here, and if you know, I'm not putting any pressure on you to say this is going to be, but what I am saying is this, that if you're looking for a church that's perfect, then you're not going to find it here at Liberty. If you're going to look for a church that has no problems, then you're not going to find it here at Liberty. But if you're looking for a church that is a family, that if you're looking for a church that when you're hurting, that we won't cast stones at you, but that we'll love you to the point where we see you healed. If you're looking for a church that you can call on the leadership of the church at any hour of the day, then you found the right church. Because our cell phones don't turn off. If you're looking for a church that is going to love you where you're at, no matter what you have going on in your life, then you found the right church. And if you're looking for a church that will, how to say this, that even knows your weaknesses and still will love you for it, then you found the right church. See, I don't believe the church is supposed to point fingers. I believe the church is supposed to receive and help. I believe the church's responsibility is to cause people to grow in the character of God. And I believe that one of the biggest things that I see within people's lives is that if Pastor really knew who I really was and what I really had in my life, would he still love me? I hope that would be the greatest compliment that we as a body of Christ, is that somebody came in here smelling like smoke, a drunk, pill popper, whatever it is, that they could come into here and we could say, we want to help you. We want to help you to get better in your life. God knows that for the last 25 years, see, when I found this church, and it wasn't by mistake. I found this church because I know that it was the plan of God for my life. I went to People's Church for 6 months, and I couldn't get a relationship with anybody for 6 months. Because every time I went there, I sat in the same spot, but I couldn't find anybody to even talk to me. They were in there, they had their hour service, and they were gone, and that was it. And I had no fellowship after the church service. And I knew that wasn't the place for me. I'm not saying that People's Church was bad, but it just wasn't the place for me. I needed something more. I was a drug addict, alcoholic. My wife was in the other room saying, I'm leaving him today if you don't teach him today, God. I had destroyed my relationship with my wife. My kid had saw me over the toilet coughing up my guts morning after morning because I was an alcoholic. My sisters and my brothers didn't want to have anything to do with me because I had messed up my whole life, and I knew better. But when I found this church, I found a place where God wanted to restore me to what he really wanted to do in my life. And I found a man of God that really loved me and walked through some things with me. Now, it wasn't always easy. He can contest to that. In fact, I was in his office probably at least once a week saying, you offended somebody else. You did this, and that wasn't my heart. I just was a new Christian, and I didn't know how to act. I didn't know how to be a Christian. When I say a Christian, a follower of Christ, taking on his nature and his characteristic traits. I didn't know how to do that. I was just trying to learn, and I was hungry to learn about God. I never knew in my wildest dreams back there that I would be sitting here right now. I'm sitting, but I would be standing pretty soon. I never knew that I would be sitting here as a pastor. I didn't even know what a pastor was. But God in his sovereignty said, Daniel, I just want to just change you. And I believe that that's the message of the gospel, that he wants to change us.